This is a week-long celebration of baseball. It's a week-long celebration of the region.
Baseball's crown jewel returns to the Emerald City.
It puts your city on a national stage. The beautiful backdrop that we have, the scenery, all of the different events, culture.
Young stars with more diversity.
Someone that looks like them is on the field. They're going to say, you know what? I can attain that same goal as well.
An economic boom.
The goal here is to make a lasting impact in our community for decades to come.
And inspiring the next generation.
This is like perfect timing for kids that want to play baseball.
Now, the city of Seattle is adding its own flavor to the 2023 MLB All-Star Game.
They've always been great citizens in baseball, and we got great faith in the people that manage the Mariners.
The stage is now set for the best baseball players in the world to showcase their talents right here in the Emerald City. For the third time, Seattle will host the MLB All-Star Game. Thanks for joining us for this King 5 All-Star Game special. I'm Jessica Janner Castro.
And I'm Paul Sylvie. We have an action-packed show for you leading up to the busy week ahead. King 5's team coverage has it all. What baseball fans can expect from the Midsummer Classic and the impact it'll have on the city.
But first, let's rewind back to how we got to this point. Getting the All-Star Game in Seattle took a lot of time, effort, and money.
King 5's Connor Board introduces us to the people and the agencies who hit a home run for the city and tourism.
The Seattle Sports Commission and the Seattle Mariners submitted a bid back in 2020 to host the All-Star Game here in Seattle. Now, after a very competitive process and millions of dollars spent, All-Star Game festivities are almost here.
Program and scorecard.
Baseball fans flocked to Seattle for the 2001 All-Star Game. Now, in 2023, it is almost time for Seattle to host All-Star Week yet again.
There is that adrenaline and anticipation and excitement and a little bit of fear. That's the healthy part.
Beth Knox is the president and CEO of the Seattle Sports Commission, which joined the Mariners in submitting the bid to host an All-Star Game. In September of 2021, Major League Baseball announced Seattle as its selection after a competitive and comprehensive process.
They will come out and do a site visit to determine, do we have enough hotels? Do we have enough of the entertainment and attractions to entertain our guests while they're here? And then, of course, can we successfully host not just the Major League All-Star Game, but all of the activities that go around it.
The game comes with a cost. The commission says the week will cost $6 million due to paying for venues, city services, and staffing, which they have been raising funds for privately.
Once you are awarded any event, then the responsibility for paying for that event is on the local organizing committee. So it is a big responsibility.
But Knox sees it as an investment with hundreds of thousands of people expected to visit for All-Star Game Week. A Visit Seattle analysis is expecting a $50 million economic impact to the city.
You know, it puts your city on a national stage and it brings incredible economic impact to your city.
Oh, nice one! Last year, Los Angeles hosted the All-Star Game, which Knox attended. She says one advantage Seattle has over LA is that it's more centralized and walkable.
LA is very spread out. It's a large area. Seattle is super compact. Our urban environment allows people to stay in the hotels downtown, to walk to the stadium or to scooter, however they want to get here on public transportation.
While right now focus is on the All-Star Game, Knox says this event opens the door for Seattle to host even more sporting events in the future.
Seattle hasn't had a history of hosting a lot of big sporting events in the past, and that is about to change.
The Seattle Mariners said they spent around $50 million making renovations at T-Mobile Park over the past year in preparation for All-Star Week. At Cary Park, Connor Board, King 5 News.
King 5 got an up-close look at those renovations Connor just mentioned. The prestigious Diamond Club received a nice makeover since opening in 1999. Inside features an expanded bar and restaurant. Whether you're looking to snack on some ice cream, hit the espresso bar, or large candy station, the renovated Diamond Club has it all. Right outside is the best seat in the house, a luxurious, comfy seating area that's just a few rows behind home plate. You can even get food and drinks delivered right to your seat. Another key renovation, a new restaurant and bar lounge where part of the old press box used to be. A new outdoor seating area there has enough room for 200 people. Orders can be made right from the seats using smartphones.
Do it again.
Before the Derby and other events kick off, the city of Seattle is making sure the SoDo district is in good shape to host thousands of new tourists.
King 5's Natalie Swaby walks us through the city's preparations for All-Star Week.
In May, nearly 4,000 volunteers came out to help clean up neighborhoods in Seattle, including this area around T-Mobile Park. It's just one of the many efforts to get the city ready to be in the spotlight. Citywide, the excitement is building for the MLB All-Star Game.
People are realizing how close it is and how great that week is going to be.
Well, I think it's great for the community. I think it's great for Seattleites.
And great for SoDo, the neighborhood that's home to T-Mobile Stadium, as well as a mix of industrial, retail,
Hi, what's the name for the pickup order?
and restaurants.
So it'll be these 2 bags right here, okay?
Being on the front door, like literally a stone's throw from the baseball field, we know there's going to be a lot of foot traffic.
We're super excited. I mean, this is an opportunity for SoDo and Seattle to share what is good about our city with the rest of the world.
Every day we're picking up trash and garbage.
But Mike Coombs, owner of Outdoor Emporium in SoDo, says the city still has work to do.
But they've got to help with the broken down motorhomes in the area. Something needs to happen there.
Near his business, RVs and tents line both sides of the street. The SoDo Business Improvement Area has 2 outreach workers assigned to help, according to Executive Director Aaron Goodman.
And we have made sure that they are very focused on this area right now so that they can be working with them to connect them with city services in a way that will ensure that they are not just being moved along.
From SoDo,
we also need to address crime and public safety issues.
To nearby Pioneer Square, neighborhoods are getting ready.
We're going to have some work to do. No one can deny that, but I think overall the environment it's so great down here.
Hi, have you been helping?
Everyone would love a fresh coat of paint, but we're all chipping in to do our part to make sure that we are doing great things.
We just got to continue to try to clean the city up. With the All-Star Game coming, it needs to be clean and presentable.
Some neighborhoods and businesses have put together maps and guides, hoping to steer some out-of-town guests into local businesses. In Seattle, Natalie Swaby, King 5 News.
Here's what you can expect for All-Star Week in Seattle. The first event is the HBCU Swingman Classic on Friday, July 7th. It features the top Division I athletes from historically black colleges and universities. On Saturday, July 8th, MLB's version of FanFest will be held at the Lumen Field Event Center. The Capital One Play Ballpark will run through Tuesday, July 11th. Also happening on Saturday is the All-Star Futures Game with the league's top prospects and the All-Star Celebrity Game. On Sunday, July 9th, the 2023 MLB Draft will be held at Lumen Field, and the Home Run Derby scheduled for Monday, July 10th, followed by the MLB All-Star Game on Tuesday, July 11th. If you're interested in attending these events or want more information, text MLB to 206-448-4545 and we'll send you a link.
It gives a chance for the folks of Seattle, the folks of Pacific Northwest, to understand the importance of HBCUs.
Still ahead on this King 5 All-Star Game special, Major League Baseball is rolling out a new event during All-Star Week to highlight more diversity in the game of baseball.
The spring is wet, and so every time we have to cancel a game or cancel a practice, it just means the kids aren't playing.
Plus, with the All-Star Game returning to Seattle, how the Midsummer Classic is helping youth baseball in the city. Major League Baseball is rolling out a new event for the 2023 All-Star Week with the hopes of bringing more diversity to the game.
Some of the top baseball players from historically black colleges and universities will compete at T-Mobile Park. King 5's Jake Garcia has a preview of the game.
Right outside home plate here at T-Mobile Park, we're 2,000 miles away from the closest historically black college or university. So why have the first HBCU showcase game here in Seattle? That guy, Ken Griffey Jr., wanted a game that puts HBCU players in front of a national audience. The sweet swing of Ken Griffey Jr. captured the baseball world for decades. Decades later, Griffey wants to help find the next iconic stroke. The kid investing in kids during MLB All-Star Week in Seattle.
I said, Junior, we absolutely need to do this.
That was Jean Lee Beatrice, the executive director of the MLB's Youth Development Foundation. She worked hand in hand with Griffey to make his idea a reality.
We talked about this need to elevate and bring awareness to HBCU players.
And from there, the HBCU Swingman Classic was born, a game that's both a symbol and a spotlight.
Not everybody go to a Power 5 conference. Not everybody can afford to pay the $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 a year to play baseball. It gives an opportunity for these guys to be seen.
The chance to be seen is all one former HBCU star ever wanted. Former Mariner Ricky Weeks said he would have appreciated something like this when he was in college.
It really would have been special if I was able to be amongst my peers.
Weeks and Griffey will both be in the dugouts on game day, a learning experience for the players and everyone else.
It gives a chance for the folks of Seattle, the folks of Pacific Northwest, to understand the importance of HBCUs.
Alvin Logan was a former UW football player, now the director of education at the Burke Museum. The subject of his PhD was the miseducation of African American athletes across the NCAA. He says HBCUs offer a different experience.
The centrality of continued culture and building on history and continuing to work on our ancestors' dreams comes mainly out of HBCUs.
That was the takeaway for Weeks.
I was able to express myself, man, whether it be on the baseball field, off the baseball field, amongst people that look like me.
Players who look like Ricky and Griffey will star at T-Mobile Park on Friday, hoping to show their swings look like theirs to kick off MLB All-Star Weekend. In Seattle, Jake Garcia, King 5 Sports.
You know, you can't have a big baseball event like this in Seattle without having Ken Griffey Jr. involved, and that looks like a great event. You know, the Mariners and MLB are teaming up to make baseball more equitable and accessible in the Seattle area through the AllStar Legacy initiative.
It's part of MLB's mission to invest money in the host city of the All-Star Game. The joint effort will contribute to 4 main projects that include grants to community and baseball programs, creating a new intramural league called H9 for middle school kids, providing scholarships to Shoreline Community College students, and lastly, renovating Rainier Playfield, adding turf to both the baseball and softball fields. That's where we find King 5's Brady Wakayama, who spoke with the Rainier District Little League, which has played its game there for 71 years.
Rainier Playfield here in South Seattle has been the home to thousands of baseball players for more than 100 years. And with help from Major League Baseball and the Mariners, it will be the home for many more for years to come.
It was a championship game. We was up by 5. Let's do this. I remember my coach, Coach Ron, he said, Kenny, we just need 3 outs from you. I got the second batter with a strikeout, then we got another out on a pop-up. Then the first pitch I threw, the batter hit it to our second baseman, I knew straight. I jumped up and down, I was like, we did it.
A championship moment that 22-year-old Kenneth Harrison Jr. will never forget.
The lights just turn on, it's just a different feeling, like it's a dream come true.
And his dream of putting Rainier Playfield in the spotlight is now becoming a reality.
It's been long overdue for a renovation here.
According to Parks and Rec, the last renovation at Rainier Playfield was back in 1999. Kenneth grew up playing at Rainier Playfield, which he considers his home turf.
Baseball was my first sport.
Soon, it will be getting its own artificial turf added to both the baseball and softball infields, with the Mariners and MLB footing the bill through the AllStar Legacy initiative.
This is like perfect timing for kids that want to play baseball and they have a better feeling for this field. And they still get the same memories here like I did.
Great memories that Kenneth's 2 younger siblings are now experiencing while playing for Rainier District Little League.
We're very committed to getting kids out to play.
That's been the goal for Rainier District Little League since 1952. Throughout the league's 71-year history, it's provided baseball and softball to thousands of boys and girls ages 4 to 14 living in South Seattle.
I'm gonna pitch to you.
Officials with the league say they're thrilled with the renovation that will not only benefit the league, but other high school varsity baseball and softball teams that play their games there as well.
This is Seattle. The spring is wet. And so every time we have to cancel a game or cancel a practice, it just means the kids aren't playing.
Wright believes the improvements will encourage more kids to play for the league, which he considers is one of the most diverse little leagues in the state.
Baseball is never like one race, it's everybody. It doesn't matter what you are, it doesn't matter what it is. Baseball will always be universal to me.
And Rainier Playfield may be considered by Kenneth as a diamond in the rough now, but he believes once this diamond is polished, it will help even the playing field.
Safe. You win, you lose some, and you just learn different lessons in the game of baseball. Especially it just applies to you in life as well.
And the renovation is expected to begin in October and should be complete before next baseball season. In Seattle, Brady Wakayama, King 5 News.
Coming up on this All-Star Game special, with thousands of baseball fans expected to pack Soto during All-Star Week, how the city is preparing to keep everyone safe.
And if you're interested in exploring the All-Star festivities but don't want to break your budget, King 5's Chris Cashman tells you the best inexpensive spots to explore.
You know, as thousands of fans descend on the city of Seattle for All-Star Week, security is top of mind.
King 5's Sebastian Robertson shows us the plan to keep everyone safe in and out of the ballpark.
For the dozens of law enforcement agencies, both local and federal, charged with keeping a safe, prep for All-Star Week starts well before the first pitch. And if everything goes according to plan, most of us will never know they're even there.
Members of the U.S. Coast Guard are behind the sticks of this small drone, part of a PSA they're shooting ahead of MLB All-Star Week, reminding the public to keep anything that flies on the ground.
If someone chose to ignore those restrictions and they operated a drone in a restricted area, they could face both federal, criminal, and civil penalties as well as local charges.
FBI Seattle teaming up with the Coast Guard, Seattle Police, and the FAA to make sure that the airspace over T-Mobile Park stays clear and that the focus stays on baseball as the nation's top ball players descend on the Emerald City.
We are a piece of the puzzle in terms of providing a great experience for everybody coming to Seattle to enjoy the MLB All-Star Weekend.
HSI, that's Homeland Security investigators, are also part of the security package. Agents monitoring everything from potential human trafficking to stemming the flow of counterfeit MLB memorabilia through the port and into the city.
I think the world's going to be looking at All-Star Week in Seattle. I think it's really a great opportunity for the city.
Major event security is nothing new for federal and state agencies involved. Prep work that often begins years ahead of time. And this go-round involves the Washington National Guard.
This will detect radiation.
Earlier this month, King 5 got an up-close look at training by the state's 10th Civil Support Team, which will be deployed to All-Star Week in Seattle. A specialized unit with tools to monitor air quality in the event of a chemical attack. They're also ready to respond to everything from bomb threats to hazardous materials.
They should know that months of preparation have gone into this in every level.
A collaborative effort to prepare for a worst-case scenario that they hope will never happen. In Seattle, Sebastian Robertson, King 5 News. Here's an overview of where the All-Star events will be held around Seattle. The Play Ball Park Fan Fest will stretch from the parking lot outside Lumen Field to inside the WAMU Theater. The MLB Draft on Sunday will also take place inside Lumen Field. Prior to the All-Star Game on Tuesday, the players will be introduced during a red carpet show at Pike Place Market. That's scheduled for 11 a.m. on July 11th. Happening at T-Mobile Park, of course, is the All-Star Game, Home Run Derby, and HBCU Swingman Classic.
Ticket prices for many of the All-Star events will come with a hefty price tag that may turn some fans away.
However, there are going to be some opportunities for baseball fans across the city to experience All-Star Week on a budget. King 5's Chris Cashman explains.
Yeah, even the bands are warming up here for the 93rd annual Midsummer Classic. Hard to believe that in all of that All-Star history, Major League Baseball tells me they have never featured a city quite like Seattle. 2 stadiums in the mix. Lumen Field joining T-Mobile Park and All-Star Week fun. There's a lot going on, but you don't have to break the bank. In fact, some of it's free. All you have to pay is attention. Baseball's biggest stars are descending upon Seattle for All-Star Week for the first time since 2001. Might be hard to distinguish between the passionate fans and the real legends wandering the expansive All-Star Village.
Yeah, we've created Capital One All-Star Village, which encompasses, of course, T-Mobile Park, but in addition to that, also Lumen Field. And we'll be activating the Play Ball Park elements within Lumen Field, as well as along Occidental, in the North Plaza outside of Lumen Field. For the average fan who just wants to come down and have an experience, I think Capital One Play Ball Park is probably one of the more exciting things that they can experience during that time. Right outside of Lumen Field is this opportunity to experience it for free, and your family can enjoy it. If you want to then buy a ticket, you can also go into the inside portions of the offering but really we want to make it so that there are no barriers and that fans can come out and be a part of whatever elements of All-Star that they want to. No matter the age of the person that's coming into Playboy Park, there's all kinds of different things you can do. You can have a baseball experience, you can have an entertainment experience, you can see some of the best that fashion has to offer as part of our game. Different meet and greets that occur, different panel sessions that are available. So fans, not only of Seattle Mariners, but across the league can really have an opportunity to see some of the heroes from those clubs.
Beyond all of the baseball fun happening down at the stadiums, there are plenty of free family activities happening during All-Star Week as well. Sunday night, drone show, Space Needle. Monday night and Tuesday night, outdoor movies at the Mural Amphitheater, Sandlot, and A League of Their Own. And DSA is popping up roller rink in Occidental Park during this time as well.
Bottom line, the cheapest tickets are Friday night. There's $10 seats for HBCU Swingman Classic with Ken Griffey Jr. And your best value on Tuesday. All-Star Tuesday, the game is sold out, but it's a 2 for Tuesday at Play Ball Park. Buy 2 tickets, get 2 free. And it gets even better for Capital One card holders. They are the sponsor, so flash your card and you can get a free ticket to Play Ball Park. So, you know, what's in your wallet?
Thanks for watching our King 5 special on the 2023 MLB All-Star Game.
A reminder, first pitch is set for 5 p.m. Tuesday, July 11th. And you can find all the information you need about All-Star Week. You can find it on our website, king5.com.
We hope you enjoy all of the events.